Busted? Let's fix it.
This Maytag dryer was not heating. We're going to show you exactly how to diagnose and repair this issue. You will need a 5/16 inch nut driver, a 1/4 inch nut driver, and a Torx bit and a Phillips head screwdriver. This multi-screwdriver is great because it comes with all of those. Start by undoing the 5/16 inch nut that covers the terminal block for your power. You want to check your power first and make sure your dryer is receiving the proper power. The two outside wires, black and red, you want to see about 240 volts. The left and middle, black and white wire, you want to see 120 volts, as well as the right and the middle, you want to see 120 volts here. Between the middle wire, which is your white neutral, and the ground, you want to see about 0 volts. If you don't have these voltages, try flipping your breaker off and on, as well as checking to make sure your plug is not burned. If you do have the right voltage, then you need to unplug your dryer and start disassembling the 1/4 inch nuts on the back panels behind your dryer. First, take off this top panel. Then remove this additional panel, and these are all 1/4 inch nuts. This will expose 2 additional 1/4 inch nuts that hold in the top cabinet of that dryer. Once you have removed these, you can pick up gently and slide the lid back. The same can be done from the front, which is where we want to be now to access the front panel. Next, it's helpful to turn the lid about 30 to 45 degrees off center, which allows you access to the screws you need to undo. This next section does require a Torx bit for a number of these screws, and the black multi-screwdriver does come with that. After undoing the 4 outermost screws on the top, you'll have 3 more Torx bits on the inside here. Now you have 2 Phillips head screws that you'll take out from where the lint filter is at. Now on this style of dryer, they've also hidden 4 additional 1/4 inch nuts on the bottom that you'll need to remove. If you have enough room to tilt your dryer against the wall, that can work, or you can prop something underneath so that you can have 2 hands to take out these screws. After you've removed the screws, gently lower your dryer. Before removing the door, make sure to undo the plastic wire harnesses at the top left. Then simply use a screwdriver to push down on the metal tabs that hold the top part of the frame in place. Gently grab your door and pull it off. You'll have 4 additional Torx bits that you need to take out. Then remove this top metal plate. Now remove the 4 1/4 inch screws on this inner housing. Removing the lint filter can sometimes be helpful in getting this outer frame off. Now you just have 2 more screws in the blower wheel housing that you need to remove. You also need to unhook this wire harness. Now this housing has 2 prongs at the top on either side, and you will lift up and out to release it. After releasing those metal tabs, you'll want to pull up on your drum and shim this outer housing back and forth to get the rollers to release on the bottom. Now to take the drum out, we need to release the belt from the pulley and drive shaft. Simply pull the pulley back to the left, and that will release the tension on the belt and allow you to take it off the drive shaft. Then pull your drum out. You can lift up on the belt as well. That helps support the back. Now we have access to the parts we want to test. Using your multimeter and putting it on the continuity setting, this is the setting with the Omega horseshoe and the speaker right there. When you hear it beep, it's letting you know that electricity can get from one lead to another. Now for a dryer that's not heating, this high limit thermostat in the back is a high point of suspicion. So we're going to see if electricity can get through one end of it to the other. After unplugging one of the wires, put your leads on each end. If you hear it beep like this, then that means the thermostat is good. Electricity can pass through it. This same test works for the heating element, so we're going to test here. And as you can see, there is no beep. That means that circuit has been disrupted. The heating element is broken somewhere on the inside. Now we know the heating element is the problem, which we'll replace in a second, but let me show you this thermal fuse. If your dryer is not turning on at all, this is a high point of suspicion. If that part doesn't beep, then it will not let your dryer turn on. This right here is a thermistor. It tests a little bit differently and is not a high failure part, as well as this thermostat. That one does test with continuity, but it is not a high failure part. Now let me show you how to replace the heating element. This is the part number that we're using, and if you need this element, we do have it in the description. You have 1/4 inch screw that you need to remove that holds in the element. After removing that screw, bend down the heat shield in front of the element. Then grab the side of your heating element and slide it out. And if your element has tested bad, you can look and you'll find a physical break there because the electricity could not get through. Take your new element and you'll slide it in the exact reverse manner that you took out the old one. Put in your 1/4 inch nut, tighten it, and then you're going to bend up on the heat shield and reposition it. Don't forget to plug back in any wires that you unplugged. Now it's time to reassemble the dryer, starting with the drum. You'll slide it in, and this black line that you see here is a good place to keep that belt because that's the position it will be in on that drive shaft and pulley. As you put the drum in, you'll need to make sure you lift up on the back so it can go up on those rollers. Now I'm going to try to give you a little bit better idea of what you're doing with this belt. That back metal prong that you see is the drive shaft on the motor. You want your belt to be able to thread over that, and that pulley puts tension on it. So you take the belt and you have it go underneath the pulley as you pull it back, and then the loop that you create underneath it, you're going to thread back onto that drive shaft of the motor. That pulley will put tension on the belt, and then it will be able to turn the drum again. Now we're going to put the housing back on. Start by getting the metal prongs that catch on the top of this housing in place. Once you've done that, it's helpful to lift up on the drum and turn it to help those rollers go back underneath the drum. Plug back in your wire connection at the bottom right, and then put back in your 6 screws. 4 1/4 inch screws on this outer frame, and then 2 on the blower wheel housing. You can put back in your lint filter at this point. Now we'll put in the top of the frame, and these grooved prongs should be pointing toward the back. Put back in your 4 Torx bit screws, and then it's time to put on the actual door. You'll use the little catches up top to get the door to stay in place initially. At this point, it's a good idea to go ahead and hook back up your wire harnesses on the top left. Now you'll put in 4 more Torx bit screws on the top of the frame. Tilt your dryer back or prop it up, and then put in the 4 1/4 inch nuts on the bottom. Gently lower your dryer again and put in the 3 Torx screws up top and the 2 Phillips head right here. Now to reattach the top of your dryer, make sure it's lined up on the side so that it's straight, and then you will slide it forward. You may need to shim it back and forth a little bit to make sure the catches grab. Now from the back of the dryer, use 2 1/4 inch screws and secure the top of the lid. Then put on your 2 metal covers, both with 1/4 inch screws. Now it's just your 5/16 inch nut that you'll put back over the terminal block of your power cord. Now plug your dryer in and test it. And congratulations on a repair well done. Hey, thanks for watching. Your support means a lot. If this video helped, feel free to leave a tip and check the other links in the description.